In order to prevent any injury or damage to the brain, it is obvious that it is going to be well protected. The first layer of protection is provided by the bony skull, which forms a case in which the brain is enclosed. The second layer of protection comes from the three membranes collectively called as the meninges. The meninges which cover the brain are called the cranial meninges, and they are continuous with the spinal meninges that cover the spinal cord. The three meninges from outside to the inside are the dura mater, the arachnoid mater, and the pia mater. Dura mater is the thick superficial meninx which is composed of dense irregular connective tissue. The middle layer, the arachnoid mater, gets its name because of the spider web-like arrangement of its collagen fibers and elastic fibers. It is avascular and lacks any blood vessel supply. The innermost meninx is the pia mater, which is a thin connective tissue layer. It actually adheres to the surface of the brain, and it is well supplied by the blood vessels that are going to ultimately supply oxygen as well as nutrients to the nervous tissue underneath. The following picture is of the anterior view of the frontal section through the skull. I would like you to notice three things in this picture. The first thing is that the cranial dura mater actually has two layers. The outer one or the external one is the periosteal layer, and the internal one is the meningeal layer. These two layers are fused together except in few areas where they separate to enclose the venous sinuses. The venous sinuses are chambers in which all the venous blood from the brain is drained, and then it is ultimately delivered to the big veins. The second thing that I would like you to notice is that between the arachnoid mater and the pia mater is a space, and that space is known as the subarachnoid space. It is filled with the cerebrospinal fluid or the CSF, which is a shock absorbing liquid that provides the third level of protection to the nervous tissue. I would also like you to notice the finger-like projections from the arachnoid mater, which are known as the arachnoid villi. These are extended into the venous sinuses, and their function is to absorb the CSF which is present in the subarachnoid space and then ultimately drain it in the venous sinuses. Their function will be more clear in the upcoming video on the cerebrospinal fluid and its circulation through the brain. To summarize the video, the brain is protected by the skull, the three cranial meninges, and the cerebrospinal fluid. The three cranial meninges are the dura mater, the arachnoid mater, and the pia mater. Between the arachnoid mater and the pia mater is the subarachnoid space in which the cerebrospinal fluid is present. Together, these protective coverings and layers are going to protect the brain from any physical damage or any shock-like injury.